Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be giving my review of the Louis Vuitton Neverfull in the GM size Damier Ebene print. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma and I make weekly videos about luxury handbags, shoes, fashion and lifestyle. So if that is of interest to you, please consider subscribing to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. Okay, so today I'm going to put my contribution to the plethora of videos available on YouTube in regards to the Louis Vuitton Neverfull. I do have the GM size, which is a slightly less popular size, so there aren't as many videos on this, and I have it in the Damier Ebene print, which again wasn't as popular as the monogram, so hopefully I can contribute some ideas. I do have a lot to say about this bag, pros and also quite a few cons, in particular wear and tear. So if you are considering buying this bag, especially considering the price on this thing at the moment, definitely watch this and I hope that I can share some interesting information on it. I'll cover 7 areas today. I've got my notebook here ready to go. So I'm going to go through specifications, price and availability, pros and cons, what fits. I'm going to do some mod shots. I'm going to give a couple of alternatives if you're not quite set on buying this bag. And I'm also going to share with you a hack that I found that has really prolonged the lifespan of this bag for me. And I'm going to try and put all of that into 15 minutes. Okay, so let's get started on specifications. So as you all know by now, if you're looking to buy this bag, there are 3 sizes available in the Neverfull. So there's the PM, the smallest one, there's the MM, which is the medium, and I believe the most popular size. And then there's the GM, which is this one, the largest. It is a big bag. It measures 39 centimeters across, 31 centimeters high, and it's 19 centimeters in depth. It fits an absolute heap. It is made of the very famous Louis Vuitton coated canvas. It's fairly thick. This particular bag is 3.5 years old now, and so the canvas is pretty thick. Apparently it's a little bit thinner now if you were to buy one today. So it's coated canvas and it has the natural cowhide leather details. So it has 2 straps that are attached like this, and then it has a little bit of leather here. So it's got these 2 kind of drawstrings that actually allow you to change the shape of the bag. And it has a few other little leather details inside, but 95% of this bag is the coated canvas. So I actually currently use mine as my baby bag. So I'm actually going to take the insert out. I can share the details of that down below as well, just to give a little bit more detail. So it's quite a slouchy tote bag style. As you can see, it hasn't got a zip. It has got like a little hook closure, as you can see. It has 1 zip pocket in the interior. The interior is made of this beautiful red fabric, which is actually a really beautiful contrast with the Damier Ebene, I think. And like I said, it has got these 2 little straps here, which means that you could, I never have done, but the idea is that you can just pull them in and you can actually adjust the shape of this. You can make it a little bit more structured because it is quite a slouchy bag. You can kind of push the sides in there. And it also comes with a detachable pouch, so you can take the little leather tab off there and use it as like a wristlet, which is really beautiful, and it's really useful. This has exactly the same red interior, and in a bag this size, this is really useful to put all of your valuables and the things that you really don't want to lose, and you can just attach it to the interior of the bag using the little D-ring here as well. And I have the Damier Ebene print. So there is the monogram and there's a Damier Azur as well, which is the lighter colored one. But this is a dark brown with a slightly lighter brown with a nude undertone, which makes this actually very versatile. And I do find that it goes with every single thing that I pair it with, despite the fact that it is quite a busy pattern. And I'll just point out as well that all of the hardware on the Damier Ebene is in the gold, and apart from that 1 zip pocket that I went through a minute ago, there's no other organization in this bag at all. So let's go through price and availability. Now, I was gobsmacked when I opened the Louis Vuitton website yesterday and saw that this is now retailing for 3,050 Australian dollars in this GM size. Oh my goodness me. I bought mine 3.5 years ago at the end of 2018 for 1,800 Australian dollars, and as you know, like the vast majority of Louis Vuitton bags, this thing has had a hefty price increase, in particular in the last year. So in terms of availability, this is actually available, and all of the other versions are available too, on the Louis Vuitton website right now, which really surprised me because I have had several friends say that in the last year or 2, they've tried to get this exact model in store and it has been impossible to get their hands on. They've had to go on wait lists. So I guess that's a pro of the bag. If you are interested in buying it soon, it is available on the Louis Vuitton website, at least in Australia. It's a really personal preference as to whether or not you think this is worth the price. Personally, I would not buy this bag again at the current price. It is majority a canvas bag. It has a very small amount of leather on it, and in my opinion, it is just far too expensive to warrant the actual bag that you get for your money. So let's go through the pros and cons. We'll start with the good stuff first. I have quite a lot to say about the pros and the cons of this bag. So we definitely have to give credit for the capacity of this bag. It is absolutely huge. You can fit in all of your essentials, and then you can fit in 1,000 extra things on top of that. It fits literally everything you need. Regardless of what you're using this for, it will fit the stuff that you need to take with you. So that does make it a very, very versatile bag. This is also a classic bag, which I do believe is a pro because it means that to an extent it will hold its value if you ever do want to resell. Also, because of the insane price hikes that Louis Vuitton have, this thing is only going to go up and up and up. So even if you bought this bag and used it for a few years, then sold it, you probably wouldn't make that much of a loss. It is definitely considered a classic bag within the brand. So I think you can't really go wrong in that regard if you choose to purchase this. So another undeniable pro of this bag is the fact that it comes with this detachable pouch. So you could be using this for your work bag, but then after work you're going out for drinks or you're going out for dinner and you don't want to carry this massive big heavy thing around with you. So you can just quickly detach this, put your phone, your keys and your card holder inside. It's even got like a little wristlet for security, and you can just go out with this. I really, really love that because it kind of gives you two bags in one for your money. Another pro, in my opinion, is actually the colorway of this bag. So even though, like I said earlier, the print is quite busy, because this kind of lighter brown tone has a nude base to it, it actually makes this color super, super versatile and easy to match with basically any outfit. I used this bag as a work bag for years, and it didn't matter what I wore, this bag would always just elevate the outfit. It just seemed to go and blend with absolutely everything that I decided to put on. My final pro for this is that this is a great bag if you are looking just to start your luxury collection. I know this is one of the first bags that I had, and I wanted just a really versatile bag that was very obviously a designer bag, and I don't think you can really go wrong in terms of that with the Neverfull. It is just so quintessentially Louis Vuitton, but it's also able to be used for a heap of different purposes. So let's go through the cons. So the first con I have is the straps are thin, in my opinion, relative to the size of the bag. So because this bag is absolutely huge, you're very tempted to fill it to the top, especially if you're using it for travel, say your hand luggage when you go on an aeroplane. And I don't think that the straps are substantial enough to support you filling this bag to its full capacity, especially if you were, say, putting your laptop in here and some heavier items as well. So I've never personally had an issue with that, but I do think that if I was to, say, carry my laptop and my iPad and various other things that I need for work around with me every day, that could wear on the lifespan of these straps. Which leads me to one of the biggest cons about this bag. So I've done a little bit of research about this, and apparently this is very common with the Damier Ebene because of the leather they're using and the piping. And what I'm referring to is when you've had this bag, and it wasn't long for me, it was a few months, and I'm going to insert photos of this so you can see it a bit more clearly, but can you see that there we go, the piping on the edge of these straps has actually started to come away. So the first thing that happened is that they actually felt like they were tacky, like really, really sticky and tacky. And I could see if I was holding my straps like this, I would sometimes open my hand and there would literally be bits of kind of brown leather residue sticking to my hands. I did look into this on Google, and this seems to have happened to so many people, and it seems that it is particularly with the leather on the Damier Ebene, because the azure and the monogram don't have this dark leather. It doesn't seem to be an issue for those two, but definitely with this one. So I'm not sure if you got a different bag in the Damier Ebene, if it would be the same thing as well. But certainly this is the case with the Neverfull. So I have got a hack that I'll share at the end of the video that's helped me a lot with this. I have sent this away to a professional bag spa, and they did repipe it for me, which helped for a while, but it's happened all over again, and it was quite expensive to get that done. I think about $300. So definitely factor that into the cost if you are looking to invest in this bag, because there, in my opinion, is going to be some upkeep involved, especially if you want to use this bag for years and years and years. So another con that I've already touched on is the price of this. This now retails in Australia for over $3,000, which is insane because this bag is not even leather. It's made of canvas. Oh my goodness me. Not only that, but there's actually not really much design gone into this whatsoever. It's just like an open hole of a bag. So I do not think that this is worth the price at all. I know that's easy for me to say because I already own it, but like I've shown, there is wear and tear on this, and eventually it is not going to be a bag that I can use anymore, and I will absolutely not be repurchasing this. I have got alternatives that I will share in a minute as well. But yeah, I think if you're putting $3,000 towards a Louis Vuitton bag, there are certainly other bags that have more craftsmanship involved, more detail involved, more features involved, that would actually get you a lot more for your money than the Neverfull. And then the final con that I have with this bag that is linked to the price now is the sheer amount of fake Louis Vuitton bags out there, especially in the coated canvas range. So Speedies, Neverfulls, Almas, for example, the fakes are absolutely everywhere. And if you're paying $3,000 for a bag and you know your friend has got like a super fake that cost them $150 from Bali, it's like, oh man, this sucks. Like I spent so much money on this bag, and people may think that it's actually just a fake. So that's something to consider as well. Obviously, this fake's made of all bags. I just feel like there is a disproportionately large amount of fake Louis Vuittons out there. Let's move on to what fits in this bag. And this is gonna be a short section because the answer to that is it fits literally everything. So I currently use it for my baby bag. Like I've said, I will link the insert down below, but this is huge. It has like everything you need for a baby. And it's purpose built for the Neverfull, which is really, really great. But the whole thing fits inside there with no effort whatsoever. Plus then on top of that, I can down the sides put like all of my things, like my phone and my keys and my purse and everything in there. So it fits heaps, more than enough for a baby. You know how much stuff they involve. In the past, I've used this for my work bag. Again, I had room to spare when I used it for my work bag. And I've also used it as my hand luggage when I've gone traveling. Again, always room to spare. It is such a spacious bag. Like I said in the cons, so this may be a spacious bag, but those straps, I believe, do not support the true capacity of this bag sufficiently. So you do have to be mindful of how much you're putting into the bag when you are loading it up. Okay, I'm just going to insert a video of me modeling the bag. Of course, you've seen this before, but I am 164 centimeters tall and I'm about a size 8 to 10 Australian. Now, in my opinion, I make bags look smaller than they are because of my wide hips and wide shoulders. So this is a secret pro of the GM size Neverfull. It does make you appear smaller than you are. At least it does for me, I think, when I look at myself with this bag on. Because it is just such a huge bag, it kind of shifts your proportions a little bit and it makes you feel a lot more petite when you're wearing this bag. So I really, really love it for that reason. As you can see, you can wear it on your shoulder, you can wear it in the crook of your arm. Usually it's just on the shoulder, although that can be quite heavy by the end of the day. But yeah, super, super easy to wear this bag, and there's an added bonus of it making you look a lot smaller. So perhaps you are not fully set on the Neverfull, you looked at the price and it made you cry. I feel you. Like I said earlier, if this broke, I would not rebuy it. I would certainly be looking at an alternative to the Neverfull. So there's two that I have in mind. The first one is from Saint Laurent. It's their leather tote bag. It is $1,600, so almost half the price of this canvas bag for a full leather tote. Instead, it still comes with that pouch. It comes in an array of beautiful colors, and it's still from a designer that is incredibly reputable and a very similar sort of dynamic to Louis Vuitton. So I would definitely consider that. It's only 2 centimeters smaller than the GM size, so it still has a huge capacity. It will fit absolutely everything you need in it. Now, the second option is from a brand called Lepage, which is a Parisian brand. They do have a store in Melbourne. I've been aware of this brand, I think through Mel in Melbourne, or maybe it was Isabel Style over the last few years. But anyway, just check out their website. Their website is like so beautiful and innovative. It is just gorgeous. And they have got the Daily Battle Tote, which I will insert a screen grab of as well. So this is in US dollars. It's about $1,600 US for the larger size. So they have got a size 41, they've got a 37, I think they've got a 32 and a 27 centimeters. So you've got that huge big spectrum of sizes, similar to how the Neverfull comes in those 3 sizes. But again, the colors, absolutely gorgeous. The price considerably less than the Neverfull. Still canvas, still a gorgeous print, definitely a consideration. Okay, so lastly, I did want to share a hack with you, and this is something I've done myself to try and prolong the lifespan of this very, very expensive bag that I will not be rebuying. And so I mentioned in the cons that, in my opinion, the worst thing about this bag is the wear and tear. So the piping comes off, it kind of melts and it goes all gluey and gross and on the leather. It seems to be specific to the Damier Ebene. So if you're looking at those other ones, I don't think you're gonna have the same issue, but certainly if this is the one you want, I would seriously consider this. So I just went on Etsy and I'll link the details of it down below, but you buy a pair of these little handle protectors. So they're in the same cowhide leather as the handles on the bag. And they're literally just Velcroed like this. And you just wrap them around the straps, seal the Velcro. And I'm going to show you, I've already put it on this one. You put it on each handle and there we go. It's protecting the handle. And honestly, ever since attaching these to the handles, the damage has not gotten any worse than it was already. So there's been no further wear and tear. I think this cost, from memory, about 60 Australian dollars. I will absolutely link the direct person I bought it from down below for sure. But yes, that is definitely one hack that I would super recommend you do, because if you can kind of combat that wear and tear before it even begins, then you are really going to extend the lifetime of the bag. Okay, so that is the end of my review. I really hope you guys found this informative. I know anytime I go to buy a new bag, I jump on YouTube and I try and watch as many videos as possible just to get all the information I need before I make my purchase. If you already own this bag, please comment down below. Have you found any wear and tear? What are the pros and cons for you? Would you buy it again if it got damaged? And do you have any alternatives to the Neverfull that you have just found to also be absolutely awesome? Don't get me wrong, I love this bag and it is a beautiful bag. It is so versatile and spacious and I have gotten so much use out of it. So I definitely do not regret buying it. But for the current price, I do not think that I would buy it again. Thank you so much for being here today. Like I said, if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing and give this video a thumbs up. I will see you in my next video next week. Have a great day, guys.